the Dr. Ali radio show. Thanks for listening. My name is Dr. Ali Mendelson. So today I'm going to be talking about hormones. And this is the second, this is like hormones part 2, because I couldn't get all the information into one show. So you can go and listen to if you didn't hear the hormones number 1, you can go onto my radio show website, which is DRALLIE show.com. It's Dr. Ali show.com, and go to archives, and you can find the hormones, hormone show. And that's number 1. This is going to be number 2. So I'll do a little recap what I spoke about the other day when I was talking about hormones. I'm talking about estrogen and testosterone, thyroid hormone, and cortisol. Now, most people don't even realize they have a hormone problem because they don't realize the symptoms of a hormone problem. Symptoms of a hormone problem are anxiety and depression, brain fog, inability to lose weight. Thyroid problems are an underlying hormone issue. Your thyroid is responding to an underlying hormone issue. Even diabetes have an underlying hormone issue. Obviously, insulin is a hormone, but also can be related to estrogen and testosterone. And so many people have a hormone issue. Now, another problem is you think you have a hormone issue, and most women, they think, and doctors, you lose estrogen as you get older, so they think the problem is not enough estrogen. But guess what? The problem is too much estrogen. Too much estrogen in women, and too much estrogen in men, causing in men, it causes prostate issues, prostate cancer and enlargement, low T. They have a problem with their sex drive. They have confidence and depression issues and anxiety. And women can have long-term effects of too much estrogen. Can be hormonal cancers, right? Thyroid issues, all these other problems. I spoke more about them on the first show. And so the problem is too much estrogen. Where does too much estrogen come from? It comes from xenoestrogens, which are basically pesticides that you get on your fruits and vegetables and in your meat if you don't buy organic. It's chemicals that are in your cleaning products in your house and in your personal care products and your shampoos and your plastics. And all of these things that aren't natural have chemicals. Many, many, many of these chemicals mimic estrogen. Your body thinks it's estrogen, reacts as if it's estrogen, and now you have a problem that's basically too much estrogen, because it may as well be estrogen, because they're just like estrogen. And so the end of the last show, we were talking about stimulants. There are 3 S's. The 3 S's we talk about: stimulants, stress, subluxation are all the things we need to reduce. And we need to increase the 4 S's. The 4th S is supplements. Sometimes you need to take some supplementation if you have some of these issues, okay? And so we spoke about the first thing we do when you have a hormone issue, when you have any kind of increased estrogen problem. Even if you don't know it, you come to my office. We'll set up a consultation, and we'll find out what you have. But a lot of it you can tell if you have too much estrogen, if you have adrenal issues, if you're tired all the time, you need coffee, if you're wide awake in the middle of the night, if you have a thyroid problem. Most of the time there's an underlying hormone issue. And the first thing we need to do to heal your hormones is to get rid of stimulants. Coffee is a stimulant. Coffee is like, it damages. It's like running into a bear in the woods, drinking coffee. If you were outside of your house and a bear came after you, you'd go and you'd start to run, and your cortisol would be released, and your eyesight would get clear, and your hearing and blood would rush to your arms and your legs, and you'd be all fired up, because that's adrenaline and cortisol, which is your body's way of protecting you so you can survive. But when you drink coffee, you may as well be getting chased by a bear or a lion or a guy with a knife, because that's what's happening to your body, the same thing. It's damaging it. Every time you drink coffee, you are damaging your adrenal glands. Every time. Every time you're stressed at work, you're damaging your adrenal glands. Or you get stuck in traffic, or you didn't finish your assignment on time, or you're supposed to meet with your boss and he's mean. And you have these stresses, and this is all stimulants, and it's all damaging your body. So the first thing that you have to do is get rid of coffee. And I suggested getting rid of coffee on a weekend, because it can cause, You could be exhausted. You could have headaches. You could just feel absolutely horrible. So you want to get rid of coffee. You want to stop drinking coffee. You can drink herbal tea. If you're really addicted to caffeine, you can drink green tea. So again, I spoke more about coffee on the other show. But so getting rid of coffee is the first thing you want to do. Sugar is a stimulant. It's a major, major stimulant. Okay? Sugar is absolutely, it wrecks your hormones. If you have too much estrogen in your body will actually try and get rid of that by producing something called SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin, which binds to estrogen and gets it out of your body. And that's great. But if you eat sugar, sugar destroys SHBG, and you're going to have so much more estrogen floating around your system because now your body can't balance itself out. And so sugar is like enemy number one. I'd say sugar and coffee are both enemy number one, right? And of course, sugar increases your insulin resistance, and insulin is also a hormone, and that increases your fat cells. And if there's too many fat cells, you're going to make more estrogen, and it's just going to be a vicious cycle of making too much estrogen, causing weight gain, causing more insulin, causing sugar cravings, and causing no energy. And then you drink coffee, and it's just a vicious cycle. And so get rid of sugar. So there's a lot of ways to get rid of sugar. First, you have to know where it's coming from. Some people are like, well, I don't eat sugar. Well, you eat honey, maple syrup, agave nectar. That's all sugar. Diet Coke is the, equal, aspartame, Splenda. Your brain thinks those things are sugar, and they will act as if they are sugar. So it's exactly, so if you're drinking a Diet Coke, you may as well drink a regular Coke. Because your brain thinks it's sugar, it will release insulin and store it as fat in your cells, whether it's Coke or Diet Coke. So, and Diet Coke is worse, and all those artificial sweeteners are worse because they poison your brain. Okay, so you want to get rid of all of those. Where else does sugar come from? Fruit. If you're eating too much fruit, it's too much sugar. It's too much sugar for your body. If you're totally healthy, eat some fruit, you're fine. But if you aren't, and if you have any kind of health issue, you can only eat organic berries, any kind of berry, organic green apples, and grapefruit. No other fruit, nothing. No bananas, no peaches, nothing. There's too much sugar. If you have an issue, you have to get rid of that. Brown rice turns to sugar. Whole grain bread turns to sugar. Pasta, potatoes, quinoa turns to sugar in your body. Gluten-free bread turns to sugar in your body. So you have to know where this is coming from. So if you want to set up a consultation with me to talk about these issues, my name is Dr. Ali Mendelson. My number is 860-269-3228. Schedule a free 15-minute consultation, and we'll try to figure out what you need and where we start. There's never any set protocols. It's all individual. Another thing that I use for sugar is I use an essential oil blend called GX Assist. And it's a doTERRA oil. We have it at the office. And it's in a little pill. And what it does is it kills the fungus, the candida, and the bad bacteria in your colon, which causes you to crave sugar. And that will just help you. I mean, it's not going to help with your emotional craving. Like many people have this emotional attachment to sugar and bread and pasta and food like that. But this will get rid of that physical craving. So, and makes it easier to change your diet. So GX Assist, you can come to the office and get some of that. And so that really helps my patients get off of their sugar. Okay. And so juice, coconut water has sugar in it. Orange juice has sugar in it. It's all sugar. A lot of these naked juice things, look at the sugar content. Some of them have more sugar than Coca-Cola. And so just because it says natural, organic on it doesn't mean it's healthy. Organic juice is still juice. Juice has sugar. Unless you have a juicer at your house and you're juicing kale and cucumber and celery and green apples, that's fine. No other juice is okay, right? Here's the hormone reboot eating plan. You want to reboot your hormones. You get rid of sugar. We talked about that. You get rid of caffeine, right? You stop drinking your coffee, maybe drink some green tea, and then you can get over to herbal tea. so that you can get some caffeine while you're trying to wean off of that, but it's not as much. And you have to remove any kind of rancid fat because that damages your hormone production system as well. So what is a rancid fat? A rancid fat is canola oil, vegetable oil, corn oil, okay? Nuts that have been roasted, olive oil that's been heated. Those are rancid fats. What do you cook with? You cook with coconut oil, palm oil, avocado oil, okay? Those are the oils that you cook with. What do you want to add to your diet if you need to do a hormone reboot? You want to add coconut, which is a nice healthy fat. That can be coconut milk, but read the ingredients. Make sure there's only coconut in there. It should be full fat. You're not going to get fat drinking that. You can do coconut, that coconut butter stuff. It's almost like peanut butter made from coconuts. And so those are really the two. You can just eat coconut too. So coconut oil, coconut milk, and coconut butter. Just eat coconut. That's all good. It helps your body. You can increase your pumpkin seeds and your sesame seeds. Have to be raw or sprouted, which means they've been soaked overnight and then dried out. So those are really good for helping hormones. Avocados are another really good fat. Really good healthy fat to eat. I would eat a half an avocado every single day. Okay, I do that. Organic eggs are a great to add to your diet for a hormone reboot. And cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, kale, bok choy, collard greens, cabbage. They actually have, these cruciferous vegetables have a compound called indole 3-carbinol, which helps promote the production of less potent forms of estrogen. So it kind of helps your body produce healthier forms of estrogen. Okay, so those are the dietary changes when we're talking about a hormone reboot. Now we have to manage your stress. That's the third thing. We had reduce stimulants, which is caffeine and sugar. Reduce stress is number 2. Number 3 is reduce subluxation. But managing your stress. Okay, how do you manage your stress? You have to change how you react in situations. If you're stressed out at work, you're not going to be productive. You're going to get less done, and that's going to make you more stressed out, right? So not allowing yourself to react is hard. I know that, but that's something that you can do. And so here are things there's a couple of little things that we talk about. First of all, lavender essential oil is amazing for for keeping yourself calm. You'll be more productive at work. You'll feel better. You'll be calm. There'll be the same job, the same people around you, but you won't mind because your body will be in a calm place because lavender just will calm you and help get you out of that fight or flight, running away from a bear mode. Okay, so diffuse lavender essential, it has to be doTERRA because that's natural, but diffuse lavender essential oil at work. Put it a little drop in your water. Put it under on your heart if you feel anxiety there. I do workshops for essential oils every month. So if you're interested in learning more about essential oils, I could talk about that for a whole nother 5 shows. But this is one thing I highly recommend for people who have stress is lavender, doTERRA lavender essential oil. So if you're interested in coming to my next essential oil class, I do that once a month. Call for find out when the next one is. My number is 860-269-3228. Again, I'm Dr. Ali Mendelsohn. It's a Dr. Ali show. And let them know you heard the radio show and that they'll let you, the girls, Christine or Andrea, will let you know when the next essential oils classes are all free. It's great information. Okay, so besides lavender, so let's talk about 3 little things. Well, they're big things. Thou shalt be resultless. Thou shalt be resultless. It's better to be 1 in 20 than 0 in 0. It's better to try and fail than to not try. Okay? But it doesn't matter if you fail. All the great people who've accomplished great things have failed and failed and failed and failed. The greatest batters, like the greatest baseball players have records that they have hit more strikeouts than anyone else, but they've also hit more home runs because they've gone at the bat more. So don't kill you're thinking, oh my gosh, I did all this stuff wrong today and I failed. Meanwhile, all the great people fail 10 times as much as you do. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up if you don't try. If you fail, you fail. It doesn't matter. You just try again, right? Don't not try because you're afraid to fail. That's number one, because that causes a lot of stress. Nobody is perfect, right? Except for Jesus. Moses was not even perfect. How many mistakes did Moses made? How many times did he fail? And God loved him, right? And everyone knows who he is. Doesn't matter. Don't beat yourself up for failing. So try and try and try again. And if you fail, you fail. You just get back up and try again, right? Helps manage your stress. Manage your peace. We can't manage our stress, but you can manage your own peace, right? Thou shalt be timeless. Number 2, I'm going to do 3. Thou shalt be timeless, meaning stop letting time run your life. We are always late, running around, rushing around, putting out fires, right? To put out a lot of fires, you wake up and your list of things to do for the day is manage this, deal with that, fix that, fix that. It's all fixing and managing things. It's mostly fixing problems, right? If you manage your time, you don't have problems to fix. Well, sometimes you will, but not all the time. You can wake up and say, today I'm going to spend quality time with my child. Instead of, today I have to go in and deal with the truancy officer because my kid's acting out again. That's not managing your time. That's managing the problem. So if there's a problem, you fix the problem. So you spend more time with your child so that they don't act out, right? You spend more time with your spouse so you have a happy marriage. You spend more time planning and planning what you're going to eat and planning your food so that you don't have to stop at McDonald's, right? That's managing your time, right? That's managing your time. So I'm going to say Sundays, I'm going to go and I'm going to buy all this healthy food and cook it for the week. And now guess what? You have all this free time during the week and you don't have to stop. You don't have to worry. What are you going to do after work? You have wonderful, healthy food at home in the freezer that you froze from making a big pot of chili on Sunday or whatever it was. You schedule exercise into your life as if it was another appointment. Oh, sorry, Monday. This is me. I exercise 3 times a week for an hour and a half each time, and that's a scheduled appointment. So if someone says, can I do blah, blah, blah Monday morning at 9? No, sorry, I can't do it then because that's when I go do Bikram yoga. So nothing gets in the way of that, and I've never let anything get in the way of that because guess what? Everything will take precedence over you exercising unless you schedule that into your life. So manage your time. Don't do too much stuff at one time. What is that called again? There's a word for that. I can't think of it right now. Don't be like, whatever that is, doing 5 things at the same time. When I'm doing something, I'm doing it and I'm present. When I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm at home, I homeschool my kids. I'm homeschooling my kids. I'm not answering my phone and I'm not thinking about work. When I'm at work, I don't have to worry about my kids because I just homeschool them all day. So I don't have to worry about that. When I'm with my kids, I don't have to worry about work because I know I'll deal with that later. So you put it into manage your time, put things into priorities, prioritize things, take care of your car, take care of your teeth, take care of your health so you don't have a health emergency, right? That's managing your time. And thou shalt be hateless. Number 3, thou shalt be hateless. Okay, so I want you to get a piece of paper. On one side of the paper, draw a line down the middle of the paper. You think one side, you're going to write down all of the annoying things that people do and that you hate. My kid does this, my husband does this, my friend at work does this. Write down all the things that you don't like. Now you think you know what I'm going to say, but I'm not. On the other side of the paper, you write down all the times you did exactly the same thing. That's called the hateless drill. Okay? So that is to help manage your stress. Now, the number 1 thing is managing your subluxation. Your brain, God put the most amazing power in your brain. The information from your brain travels through your spinal cord, out your nerves to all your organs, and controls everything and runs everything. It runs your endocrine system, which is in charge of hormones. It runs your digestive system, your reproductive system, every system in your body. If you have pressure on your spinal cord, the brain cannot communicate with the organs of the body, and your body, things aren't going to work the way they're supposed to. As a chiropractor, I check for subluxation and I remove it and take the pressure off the spinal cord so your brain can communicate with your body, because the only power that heals you is the power that made you. The pills don't heal you. They mask a problem. They manage a symptom. You have a diabetes, what do you have to do? Take insulin for the rest of your life. You have heart disease, you take high blood pressure pills for the rest of your life. You fix the body, you don't need the pills. We turn it around. We reverse diabetes, reverse heart disease, reverse thyroid issues, reverse autoimmune disease. You name it, it can be healed. Your body can heal from anything. We just have to find out what's causing the problem. As a chiropractor, I look for the cause first in the nervous system. Then we look at nutrition and toxins and exercise, but first is the nervous system. Number one, most important thing is getting adjusted. Most important thing for your health is getting adjusted. How do you know if you have problems with your nervous system? Symptoms, headaches, menstrual problems, hormone problems, depression, acid reflux. You can't sleep. You have tingling in your hand. You have dizziness. You have neck pain, fatigue, acid. If you have those problems, you have to get checked. We have to figure out what's causing that, because those are early warning signs. You fix them before they become an even bigger problem. It's already a big problem, but before it becomes a heart attack or cancer, right? So you have these symptoms, you think, oh, I'm going to live with it. No, you're not going to live with it. First of all, you don't want to live with these problems because they're uncomfortable and they ruin your life. First of all. Second of all, you don't want to manage it with a pill because it doesn't fix it. Third of all, you can't live with that because that will lead to disease. It will. And so you have to get that taken care of. And so come to see me, come for a free consultation. We'll find out what's going on. Where are your problems coming from? What is underlying those problems? And then we work to fix you so that you can wean off the medication. Even if it's insulin for diabetes, you wean off of it and get off of it. People get off it all the time. So my name is Dr. Allie. My number, call. The first 10 people who call, talk to Andrea, will get a free consultation. For me, specifically for this, it'll be longer than a regular consultation. But talk to Andrea, say you're one of the first 10 callers. And our number is 860-269-3228. Again, ask to speak to Andrea to make an appointment for Dr. Allie radio show. Tell her you heard the Dr. Allie radio show. You can go online and check out my website. It's talcotfamilychiropractic.com, or go into Facebook and do TFC Health Foods. TFC Health Foods. Again, my number is 860-269-3228. So that is the most important thing. And of course, there's other things that we're going to do. Like we talked about the 4 S's: stimulants, stress, subluxation, and supplements. So there's all different supplements that can help you. There's again, I can't recommend them over the radio. I don't know what you need, but there's specific supplements to help heal your adrenals. If you're adrenal fatigue, phase 1 adrenal failure, where you're wired all night and you're wiped out, tired during the day, there's a supplement for that. There's a supplement for people who need coffee to even function. There's a supplement for that. That isn't just a supplement. It's not a replacement for coffee. It fixes your adrenals. The Adrenal Calm at Night isn't a sleeping pill. It helps heal your adrenals. And so there's so many different things. Like, vitamin D is important in hormone production. Vitamin D3 is not a vitamin. It's a precursor to a hormone. Probiotics, exercise. Let me tell you something. What exercise will help balance your hormones so much more than almost anything else you can do. I would even say, subluxation, getting adjusted, number 1. I would say with hormones, I would say you have to exercise even before changing your diet, because you're not going to balance your hormones without exercise. You have to get off sugar. You have to help your diet. You have to get off caffeine. You have to do those things, but you have to exercise. It's an incredible, incredible way to balance your hormones, okay? And sleep. You have to sleep 8 hours a night. If you're not sleeping, let's figure out why you're not sleeping so that you can sleep. And sleep, it doesn't mean that you're taking a pill and it's knocking you out, or you're taking a Benadryl, or you're taking a Tylenol PM. That's not real sleep, because you're not going to get the proper type of sleep that is healing for your body and your brain. So you have to sleep. So any hormone issues, too much estrogen, not enough estrogen, that's not really usually a problem, but some people think it is. So if you have any kind of estrogen problems, testosterone, low testosterone in men, thyroid hormone, adrenal problems, you can't sleep, you're wired and tired, you're exhausted, kind of hearts, any kind of issue, anything, call me. My name is Dr. Allie. My number is 860-269-3228. My website is talcottfamilychiropractic.com. And on Facebook, we're TFC Health Foods. I think, and chiropractic, but I'm not sure. But again, my name is Dr. Allie. My number is 860-269-3228. Tell Andrea you heard the radio show, and the first 10 people will get a longer free consultation. I do free consultations like 10, 15 minutes, but for the first 10 people from the radio who have serious issues, we do like 20 to 30 minutes, okay? So just let Andrea, we do take 10 of those a week only. So just tell Andrea you heard the radio show, and we'll get you in right away, and we'll find out what is causing your problems so that we can fix you so you can have a healthy, amazing life and not be managing symptoms with pills, right? So thank you so much for listening. May God bless you and have a wonderful, wonderful day.